Hello, my name is Michael McCoy and this is my Making Rain in the Kitchen project. So as you can see here, I've got a pot of water on the stove and it's boiling right now and creating some nice water vapor for us. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the pot and I'm going to pour this water into this clear jar, just a little bit. And it's still creating that water vapor, it's still evaporating. And then I'm going to take my tray of ice right here, and I'm going to place it just on top of this clear jar. So that what will happen now is the water that is evaporating from the form of liquid to gaseous state is going to rise up, because heat rises, and meet the bottom of this ice tray pan, and that change of hot to cold is going to allow the water droplets to condensate on the bottom of the pan, and then once the water droplets gain enough density, then they will be allowed to fall due to gravity back down into the water, creating a rain-like effect in this jar. Now some of the precipitation, which is what is falling down just along the sides of here, but this is basically what happens when it rains outside. Whenever water from bodies of water around the earth evaporates and rises up to the Earth's atmosphere, it changes in temperature and therefore accumulates into clouds in this gaseous form, and inside those clouds it then condenses into water droplets, and then the precipitation happens whenever the water droplets are dense enough that gravity's effect of them outweighs the cohesion of their molecules together in the clouds. So then it begins to fall back down to the earth. It's very fitting that today it's raining outside and we're also making rain in the kitchen. But as you can see, it's creating a little rain effect inside this jar. Now, this experiment isn't perfect because in nature there are a lot more things that influence rain, being that geographic structures like mountains or land masses, and then also larger bodies of water. Things that also affect it are wind and temperature of the earth and the sky, and the temperature of the atmosphere where the clouds form. All of this has to do, and it also has to do with the type of clouds that form, because that water vapor can stay in that cloud form and not rain unless it becomes dense enough and builds up enough pressure in those systems to rain back down and precipitate. So in this jar, not necessarily the most perfect example of rain, but it is a very simple way to explain the way that the water cycle, and that the water evaporates, rises, condenses at the atmosphere's level, and then precipitates back down to Earth. So, I hope this video was informative. Keep your rain jackets on. You gotta stay dry when it rains.